Would you like to know how much time you truly have left after turning 70? This question becomes especially important with age, as each passing year gains a new depth of meaning. Our bodies gradually change, and these transformations can reveal much about our future. Some people at 70 feel vibrant, engaging in sports, traveling, and savoring life. Others begin to notice their strength fading, their movements slowing, and fatigue visiting them more often. Why does this happen? The reasons lie not only in genetics, but also in seemingly simple signs of health. Today, we will talk about 7 such signs. These are observations by doctors, scientists, and specialists who have dedicated their lives to studying the aging process. Their findings can serve as important guidance for us. You will learn what to pay attention to in order to better understand the state of your body. Most importantly, we will share how you can improve these indicators, because even small changes can greatly extend a joyful and active life. Health after 70 is not just the absence of illness, but the preservation of energy, zest for life, physical mobility, and mental clarity. What once seemed trivial now takes on special significance. For example, a simple daily walk can significantly influence overall well-being. Sleep quality, grip strength, the ability to maintain balance, all these are small but vital building blocks of a long and fulfilling life. Many believe that aging is an inevitable and uncontrollable process. But that's not entirely true. Of course, time marches on and cannot be stopped. Yet, we can influence how we age. And here, it's not about radical measures, but about a mindful attitude toward ourselves, our habits, and the signals our bodies send. Simple steps, regular exercise, maintaining social activity, proper nutrition, and caring for mental health can work true wonders. Our story will not be about miraculous pills or unattainable standards. We want to share real, heartfelt human stories. Stories of those who have managed to preserve strength and joy in their later years. Stories of those who faced difficulties but found ways to overcome them. Each story, each piece of advice, is an opportunity to envision your future with hope and confidence. Stay with us. Ahead lies essential knowledge, simple tips, and warm encouragement. Together, we will walk this path toward health, longevity, and the joy of living at any age. The first sign to pay special attention to is walking speed. At first glance, it may seem insignificant, but in reality, the ability to move quickly and confidently is a powerful indicator of overall health. Studies show that people who maintain a brisk walking pace after the age of 70 tend to live longer and feel better. For example, Joe takes a brisk walk through the park every morning. His step is light, his movements confident, and his face shines with a lively interest in the world around him. At his age, such mobility is a clear sign of strong health and good functioning of all bodily systems. Meanwhile, his peer Frank moves slowly, dragging his feet heavily. He often has to stop to catch his breath. Such a way of moving may indicate hidden problems with the cardiovascular system, reduced muscle strength, or impaired coordination. The difference between them is obvious, and it does not form in a single day. That is why it is so important to train the ability to walk briskly every day, even if it requires extra effort. The second important indicator of longevity is grip strength. A firm hand not only reflects good muscle condition, but also indicates the health of the nervous system. Surprisingly, grip strength is directly linked to life expectancy. Robert, taking care of his physical fitness, regularly performs simple exercises with light dumbbells and tends to his garden, which requires both strength and dexterity. His handshake is firm and confident, and his hand movements are precise and well-coordinated. Walter, on the other hand, rarely exercises his hands and complains about a weakened grip, finding simple tasks like opening a drawer or lifting a bag increasingly challenging. A decline in grip strength raises the risk of falls, worsens overall well-being, and can even serve as an early sign of emerging metabolic or nervous system issues. Fortunately, both walking speed and grip strength can be maintained and even restored. Outdoor walks, moderate strength exercises, stretching, and simple hand workouts can yield excellent results. The key is consistency. The body is like a mechanism. If it stays in motion and works properly, it wears out much more slowly. By monitoring these signs, you can not only extend your life, but also greatly enhance its quality. Start small with short walks, exercises using light dumbbells, or simply being more active in daily chores. These simple steps will become your investment in health for many years to come. Balance is one of the most important indicators of health in old age. The ability to stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds without support speaks to good coordination between muscles, the nervous system, and the body's internal sense of positioning. For people over 70, this simple test becomes a true marker of longevity. Carol, who recently turned 75, can easily balance on one leg, just as she could in her youth. Her movements are precise, her posture is straight, and her gaze is confident. She trains her balance daily, standing on one leg while brushing her teeth or making coffee. Such a small effort keeps her body toned and helps prevent falls. Nancy's situation is very different. She can barely lift her foot before losing balance and grabbing the nearest support. This is a worrying sign. Weakened balance can lead to falls, fractures, and a significant loss of independence. Balance requires constant practice through stability exercises, yoga, dancing, or even simple coordination drills at home. 5 to 10 minutes a day can bring significant improvements and boost self-confidence. Another crucial indicator is sleep quality. Sleep is the time when the body restores its strength, renews its cells, and strengthens the immune system. Despite being 72, Henry falls asleep easily and sleeps soundly. His mornings begin with energy and a desire to be active. He participates in community life and volunteers. Proper sleep helps him maintain high productivity and mental clarity. Bill, in contrast, often complains of insomnia. His nights are filled with restless thoughts and frequent awakenings. Fatigue follows him throughout the day, lowering his mood and disrupting his metabolism. Over time, chronic sleep deprivation can lead to serious problems, from memory impairment to an increased risk of cardiovascular disease. To improve sleep, it is important to maintain a routine, avoid caffeine in the afternoon, and create a comfortable environment for rest. The third hidden indicator of health is appetite. Susan has lost interest in food, leading to weight loss, weakness, and a general decline in her condition. Loss of appetite often goes unnoticed, but can signal deteriorating health. Margaret, however, continues to enjoy varied and nutritious meals despite her age, maintaining her energy and immunity. Balance, sleep, and nutrition are the three pillars that support an active old age. They help preserve mobility, vitality, and independence in daily life. By paying attention to these signs and caring for them, you build a solid foundation for a long, happy, and fulfilling life. The ability to cope with stress becomes especially important after the age of 70. Our bodies no longer recover from emotional strain as quickly, so inner calm is directly linked to longevity. John, who is 74, has been accustomed since youth to solving problems without unnecessary emotions. He always finds time for walks, reading, and spending time with loved ones, which helps him maintain emotional balance even in difficult situations. His example shows that a positive attitude and the ability to manage one's emotions strengthen health, protect the heart, and support mental clarity. Richard, on the other hand, worries about every little thing. He frets about the future, his children's health, political news. These constant anxieties drain his energy, weaken his immune system, and accelerate aging processes. Chronic stress not only worsens overall well-being, but also contributes to the development of diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, and depression. To cope with anxiety, it is important to learn how to relax, using breathing techniques, meditation, or simply spending more time in nature. Another key factor for longevity is social connections. Loneliness has a devastating effect on both the psyche and the body. Eleanor at 80 actively socializes with her friends, participates in a gardening club, visits her grandchildren, and attends local events. She feels needed and loved, which fills her with energy and strengthens her inner resilience. Being part of a community helps her stay active, stimulates her mind, and gives her life vibrancy. Barbara, on the contrary, withdrew into herself after retiring. At first, she enjoyed the peace and quiet, but over time, loneliness began to weigh her down. Her days became monotonous. She lost motivation to take care of herself, and her interest in life faded. Social isolation increases the risk of depression, worsens memory, and leads to physical decline. It is easy to check yourself. Just answer 2 questions. How often do you experience stress, and are you able to consciously reduce it? And how actively do you maintain communication with others? If you notice difficulties in these areas, do not despair. Small steps, a call to a friend, a walk with a neighbor, joining a club of shared interests, can gradually bring back the joy of interaction and strengthen emotional health. Living longer means living actively, joyfully, and with love for oneself. Self-care is not selfishness, but wisdom. Start small. Take a minute to rest, write a letter to an old friend, smile at a stranger on the street. These simple actions can mark the beginning of a new happy chapter in your life.